Welcome to the Franklin Center Radio Network plays Family Feud Part 2. I will first introduce from Team 1, Mr. Bean, and from Team 2, Moana. And they're going to be our first competitors, and we'll start off with question 1. So, this question's for you guys. As soon as I finish the question, if you know the answer, smack that like button, alright? Alright, you guys ready? Alright, here's the first question. Name a professional sport where the players make a lot of money. Moana. What is your answer?
A motorcycle.
Motorcycles? That counts as motorsports. All right, we've got a question right. So, Team 2 is going to come up. All right. So, Team 2 is in the chairs. Let's introduce our celebrity guests first. You've met Moana. We also have Ryan Reynolds. We have Kaiba.
Yep.
And Tony Breidinger, the NASCAR driver. Pretty stacked team, if you ask me. So, we know the question. Name a professional sport where the players make a lot of money. There are 3 more answers left. We're back to Moana. Give us another guess.
Race car driver.
So we already did motorsports. So,
Base golf.
base golf. That is incorrect. Well, both baseball and golf would be incorrect. So that's fine. Let's pass it on to Ryan Reynolds to see if he has some better luck. All right, Ryan. Name a professional sport where the players make a lot of money.
Hockey.
We've got hockey on the board. 20 points. Very nice. All right, let's pass it on to Kaiba. See what he has to say.
I would have to say football.
Ooh. Football, our top answer for 59 points. Very nice. Oh. All right, pass it on to Michael's assistant there. I mean, Tony's pass it on to Tony's assistant. There's one more answer left, Tony.
Tony says basketball.
Basketball? Do you want to say basketball, Tony? Yeah? That is correct! We have got all 4 answers, and all the points are yours. Thank you very much, Team 2. All right, and we're back for question 2. From Team 1, I have with me Orlando Bloom. And from Team 2, Ryan Reynolds. This is Battle of the Movie Stars. All right. So, I'm going to read out question 2. As soon as you have the answer, smack that light, and whoever does it first gets to answer. All right? The question is... Oh, whoops. Name something you would do if the person next to you on an airplane had body odor. You gotta hit the light if you got an answer.
Deodorant.
Put on.
Deodorant.
Tell them to put on deodorant?
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised nobody thought of that. That is incorrect.
Oh.
Ryan? How would you deal with that?
Place.
Move away?
Yeah.
We have turn their head away. Is that close enough? We'll do it. All right, turn your head away. Very good. So, Ryan. Oh, Team 2. Back up again. All right, Team 2 is back in the chairs for question 2. I'm going to remind you of the question. All right. Name something that you would do if the person next to you on an airplane had body odor. Give me an answer.
Offering him deodorant.
Offer them deodorant. That is incorrect. Pass it on to Ryan Reynolds. All right, Ryan. Name something that you would do if the person next to you on an airplane had body odor. What would you do if they stunk?
Ask them to move.
Ask them to move. All right. Change seats. That probably could have been the first answer. But it's fine. All right. Change seats. That's 50 points. All right. Team 2 is dominating, guys. All right. Pass it on to Kaiba. There's 2 more answers left on the board. Name something you would do if the person next to you on an airplane had body odor.
Position the air vent the seat air vent closer to me.
Change the air vent. That is incorrect, according to the people who were surveyed.
Okay.
The imaginary people who were surveyed. Okay, pass it on to Tony Breidinger, a.k.a. Tony Papianu. No relation to Michael Papianu. No, kidding. So, Tony, name something you would do if the person next to you on an airplane had body odor.
Spray some cologne.
Ooh, that is not on the board. So, we have 3 X's. We have a chance for Team 1 to steal. Can I get somebody from Team 1 to come up and try to steal? Orlando Bloom, get up here. All right. Hold this. So, Orlando. For a chance to steal in favor of Team 1. Name something that you would do if the person next to you on an airplane had body odor.
Plug your nose.
Plug your nose.
Plug your nose.
That is correct. Wear a mask, cover your nose for 27 points. You are going to steal these points in favor
All right.
of Team 1. All right. We are ready for question 3. Up in the chairs, we have Queen Elizabeth, Her Majesty, and Kaiba.
Yep.
All right. So, I'm going to ask the question. As soon as you know the answer, give that light a smack. All right. Question 3 is, what activities are easier to do when it's windy? Kaiba.
Kite flying.
Kite flying. Fly a kite. 60 points. All right, that is Team 2 up again. All right, and we are back with Team 2 for a 3rd time in a row. The question shall be repeated. I think you know everybody by now. It's been a few times. So, I'm going to say the question again.
You're
You're going to answer. All right?
That idea.
3 more left on the board. What activities are easier to do when it's windy? Moana?
Go sledding.
Sledding? That's incorrect. Pass it on to Ryan. Let's see if he has better luck. All right, Ryan. What activities are easier to do when it is windy?
Jogging.
Jogging?
Yeah.
Survey says that's incorrect. All right, pass it on. 2 strikes on the board. What activities are easier to do when it's windy? Kaiba.
I would have to say windsurfing.
Surfing is on the board. That's 11 points. Technical difficulties. All right. Pass it on to Tony Breidinger, who's totally not overreacting.
Are we going to say sailing?
Smash.
Yeah.
We're gonna say sailing.
Sailing for 19 points. Very nice. All right, pass it back to Moana. 2 strikes, 1 strike left, 1 answer left. It's all on you. No pressure at all. I'm kidding. There's lots of pressure. All right. You ready?
Ready.
What activities are easy to do when it is windy? For the final. Let's hear it.
I don't know.
I don't know is not an acceptable answer. Try something. What do you...
Paralyzing.
Paragliding.
Yeah.
That is incorrect. All right. There is 1 answer left. Team 1, you have a chance to steal. Could I get Queen Elizabeth to come back up for a chance to steal for her
You
team?
go ahead.
Oh, where are you going?
I'm going to hide it.
Sit your butt down.
Oh, come on.
All right, to make way for the Queen.
Queen Elizabeth.
Make way for the Queen. So over here. Stand over here. Face the camera. All right. For a chance to steal, Queen Elizabeth, what activities are easier to do when it is windy?
Laundry?
Laundry?
Yeah.
Air dry your clothes for 10 points. All right.
Good job.
Team 1 with the steal. Very nice. We are ready for question 4. In the chairs, we have Tony Bardinger, of course, from Team 2. And from Team 1, Mr. Bean makes a reappearance. All right. Are you guys ready for question 4? Sorry, guys and gals. Name something that you might eat with crackers. All right, Tony Bardinger. Let's hear your answer.
We're gonna go with cheese.
Cheese? You want cheese, Tony? All right. Cheese is on the board. All right. Team 2. Come on up again. All right. And once again, Team 2 is in the chairs. All right. There are 3 answers left. We're going to start back with Moana. Here's your microphone. All right. So Moana is so happy to be here. All right, Moana. Name something you might eat with crackers.
Bologna.
Sliced meats. Very good. All right, pass it on. All right, Ryan Reynolds. Name something you might eat with crackers.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter? Yeah. Wow. Peanut butter, 11 points. All right, pass it on to Kaiba. Kaiba. Now there is 1 answer left. It is the top answer. Name something you might eat with crackers.
I would have to say macaroni.
Macaroni. That is incorrect. You have your first X. All right, pass it on to Tony. Tony, 2 strikes left. 1 answer left on the board.
Cheese whiz or dip? Which one do you want? Dip? Dip.
Dip.
Dips.
That is incorrect. Dip is not on the board. All right, pass it back to Moana. Okay, again, no pressure. 1 guess left. 1 answer left on the board.
Soup.
Soup. That is correct. 54 points for soup. All right, you guys keep all of your points. All right. All right, we are back for the final question of the evening. Or the afternoon.
Afternoon.
The evening. The evening sounds better. Yeah. All right, back in the chair, we've got Kaiba and Orlando Bloom. You can see them both on television in different formats. But anyways, last question. You know the deal.
Yeah.
Hit the light when you got the answer. Are you ready?
Right.
Question 5. Name something that kids love to jump on.
A
Hit the button.
trampoline.
A trampoline. That is correct. All right. And for the first time, Team 1 is going to be in the chairs. All right. Joining me in the chairs for the first time tonight is Team 1. Now, we are short one. Harry Potter had to leave. They sent an owl for him, I think. But with me, I've got Orlando Bloom, Mr. Bean, and Queen Elizabeth herself. All right. The question remains, name something that kids love to jump on. You have 3 answers left, all right, and no strikes. So, Orlando Bloom.
Something trampoline. A bed.
A bed. Ooh. For 72 points. The bed. Pass it on. Name something that kids love to jump on.
Kids jump on the trampoline at gymnastics.
What else do they jump on that hasn't already been said?
They went to gymnastics.
Gymnastics. All right, that is incorrect. Pass it on to the Queen. Your Majesty, there are 2 answers left, and 2 strikes. So, name something that kids love to jump on.
A bungee castle.
That is incorrect. All right, pass it back to Orlando. Orlando, there are still
Yeah, okay.
2 answers left.
All right.
All right. Let's hear it. Name something that kids love to jump on.
A couch.
A couch. That is correct. A couch for 5 points. All right, so there's 1 left. All right, Mr. Bean. There's 1 answer left, and you have 1 strike left. So, name something that kids love to jump on.
Jump on. Ropes.
Ropes. That is incorrect. We have 3 strikes. So,
Hold on.
let's have Ryan Reynolds come up to steal. Yeah. All right, Ryan. Ryan Reynolds from Team 2 is coming up for a chance to steal. The question is, name something that kids love to jump on. And there's 1 answer left.
Pogo stick?
A pogo stick?
Yeah.
That is a good guess, but that is incorrect. All right, Team 1, you will keep your points. The last answer that I was looking for was a pile of leaves. Yes. All right, the scores have been tallied up with 277 points. Our winner is Team 1. Congratulations. Woo! All right, thank you for watching our 2nd edition of Family Feud, and we'll see you next season. All right, everybody say bye. Thanks for watching. Woo!